welcome to
Grab Life by the Horns.
Powered by Legacy Builders Global, and we are Jennifer Pecan and
Jan-Mark Pecan.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Grab Life by the Horns. And today we are talking about fear and why fear is such a strong pillar of your success. How to overcome fear, why it's important to overcome fear, how you can do this, and why you should do especially things what you're scared about. What scares you the most?
What scared me the most was jumping out of the airplane, to be honest. I mean, you're, as a man, of course, you control yourself until the moment when they open the door. And there is nothing between you and the earth. Other than that, it's like everything is fine. That's like easy, gonna handle that. That really scared me. So
okay,
falling out of the plane.
I did not ask what scared you the most. I asked you what scares you the most. So next level.
Well, I
want to know what's coming next.
No, I'm the ones who follow us might know that. So I'm finishing the last assignment in a big company I worked for 11 years, and so I'm getting out of my job finally end of the year, and that scares me. Because it's the first time that I'm not gonna have a job.
Oh no, you're unemployed.
Now I'm unemployed. Oh no, we're gonna go bankrupt.
Well, this is basically the scare.
This is the fear.
Yeah, this is the fear.
The fear is that what if our investments all of a sudden all fail, all of the companies all fail, and like. That's for me, that's the fear. But what scares you right now?
Right now, this is a good point. Well, right now, to be honest, my biggest fear, and I have no idea how to change this right now, is to see, and we don't dive deep into this topic today because it's political, but my biggest fear is the change of the countries because of Corona right now, and how the world will look like after that, because what I'm seeing right now, I don't like it, to be honest. And I don't like the behavior of of the majority, I would say. This scares me. It scares me how easy it can be to go back to our DDR in such a fast, like with a finger snap. This scares me, and I have no solution right now for this, and I have no idea how to change this right now.
So then let's focus on my problem.
we focus on your problem, yeah, because this is something I cannot really change. But this is, if you ask me, this pops into my mind, because anything else. I already quit my, I don't want to say job, but self-employment basically. What is basically a job? If you work for yourself and you have, you cannot scale it because you cannot scale your time, or like just not like in infinity, in infinity. But I know what you are, how you feel and how you, and that, of course, like our structure was as well, that you have the salary and we build everything on your salary. And now we made this decision to take this pillar away, to have to focus the time more on the things which are important for us and important for the growth, for the future. And it might be a step back as well. For sure, for feeling this security and for feeling safe, and this is for me the same feeling. But I'm not scared, not really scared about this. And to be honest, if I'm scared about something, I learned as well not to focus on that and focus on the things I have to do anyway. So I have a lot of things on my to-do list, and I focus on my work. I have no time to be scared.
Well, that's a good point, and we made that. And this is also why we always say, if you are scared, do it anyway. Or if in doubt, do something, because the less time you have to think about everything that could go wrong, the more you actually feel secure and get done, because the doubt really settles in when your actions are not like in line with your goal, and when you are not pushing yourself, and when you are not when you all know that when you sit at the couch basically and watch a movie or something like that, sometimes your mind starts wandering off and you start thinking about, oh shit, I have to do this, I have to do that, and what if this goes wrong, and what if that goes wrong. You never have that feeling like when you are in the middle of a rush trying to prepare a presentation, trying to evaluate a company, a real estate deal, in a presentation with a potential partner. You are never scared about your future because you're so committed to the moment.
That's true, but for me it's really important to point out here as well the situations where we were scared the most. It was like in 3 years ago when we had to go on stage in front of 2,500 people, having basically my first speech in English, in front of very important people all over the world. That scared me the most 3 years ago, and we prepared I think 11 months for that. But the change was the more the bigger the fear, the bigger the change afterwards. So this is why it's so important. Like if you do only things you're not scared about, then you don't have a change, or you don't have the level up at the end, because and this is why, and we were scared about as well to move to Cyprus, and you cannot imagine how strange it was for us and how long we thought about like signing the cancellation of our house in Germany because we rented this place, and
in the middle of the
lockdown, and make this decision still to continue our plan and to move on and to move out basically. And to another country in the middle of the lockdown, where everybody was basically at home sitting and waiting what's coming next. And we made this big decision. Well, we made this decision already before, but we followed this decision. And sometimes you make a decision and the fear comes, or the doubts comes
when it comes to execution.
While you are implementing all the things like that. So, but the change was amazing, and the more we are scared about something, the better the results are, and the more amazed we are by the results at the end. So this is why the fear is such a huge pillar of success.
It sounds so interesting. It sounds so interesting that the most important pillar of your success is what you fear. But it's
you are a clown today.
but it is really, if it comes down to that, it is really like that, because like when you see, especially when you want to become an entrepreneur, an investor, and want to have this, or a digital nomad lifestyle where you are self-employed and contracting for everybody else, this is what is totally unconventional. This is what is not the norm right now. Okay, it might become the norm, but right now it's not the norm, as we're recording this of 2020. So well, you might listen to that 2030, and then it might be the norm. So, but the thing is that when you're doing something that is not the norm, this is when you are usually having a lot of fear, because there is very few people that understand what you're doing, and most people will tell you, holy crap, don't do that. This is like, nobody does that. It's like, are you crazy? I mean, those are, like, if you look back of all the people that changed the world, when they invented the automobile, or SpaceX from Elon Musk, or Tesla, or Amazon, or Microsoft, like all these great examples, is they did something that nobody else did, and that at that point when they started, nobody really understood what the hell they are doing, and this is and everybody told them they are crazy. I mean, this is like the common theme, and that's something when you are scared about something and you talk to somebody and they call you crazy, and you talk to a lot of people and all of them call you crazy, you are probably on the right track. Because this is where the fear becomes the most important pillar, is that because the fear holds everybody of us back.
Yeah.
If we're scared, we don't want to do something, right? But if we are, if you do it and you switch it and you defeat that fear and do it anyway, and you defeat the doubt and do it anyway, the rewards are big, because nobody else is doing it, because everybody else is held back by their fear.
Yeah.
This is like where it goes for the glory, for the honor, for the history books, is when people defeated the fear and did it anyway, even though it might make no sense, even in some cases it cost them the life or might cost them the life. They did it, they succeeded. This is what everybody talks about. And yes, there are people that did it and they failed.
Yeah. And actually, I want to ask you one question, or actually two questions. What is this the situation or the thing what you scared you the most in the past, and what you succeed, and what changed? Like, just think back. What were the situation you were scared and you did it anyway, and what changed for you? And what is at the moment the biggest fear of you right now? Just a question. And now think about it, how you can do it scared anyway. Like,
but this is a good exercise.
This is a very good exercise.
Because when you think back, okay, what was I scared about in my life, and how did my life look like because I did it anyway, and what changed in my life because I did it, it builds this momentum that you might need to overcome that hurdle that you have right now.
In front of, like, before we did, like, let's forget all the, like, the first day at school or the first, like, exam, whatever. But when it comes to the A-level degree and how scared you are because of this exams and this whole week of exams you have to write in 1 week, you have the situation and you never had this before, and this, in this situation, you think this makes a decision how your life will go. If you fail, you will be unemployed the whole life. Success will never come to you. Like, this is what they teach you at school. Like, this is the most important thing.
That's true. That's what they teach you.
Yeah, and this is like. And you are really, like, I was super scared for these exams, and I learned really, like hell. And then, yeah, I know. But for me, it was super important. And I was really trained and really, like, pushed to that. And on the other thing, I was like writing the diploma exams, and you learned the same way, like, and you were scared as well in the same way, because then, you know, after, like, and we did the last diploma, after us it was only bachelor and then master, so we were the last diploma, so we know if we would fail, we have no chance to get a diploma anymore. So it was really the last now or never situation. Even you do it right now, or you just don't have the chance anymore to get this reward, or like the certificate, or like however you want to call it. And this is the last thing as well. You are in a secure environment where you get your daily to-dos on a plate, and after that you go like in the free life to your employer. This is how it felt at this moment. Even if you are realizing later, if you go to an employer, of course you have to manage your life by yourself all over, but you still have like it feels like that you are leaving the nest. It's like, you're laughing at me, but it felt like that.
Yes.
It felt like that. And now, like, and this were all situations we were so scared. What brings, like this capital, like, can you please be a little bit careful with the water? Like, push it away, please. And so that these were all situations we were super scared. And now when we think back, like, we have to laugh about, because it's not that important anymore, and how scared but we pushed through, and it was a great feeling. Like, it was a great feeling, and it changed so much in our life. And every time when we had a situation like this, like, we were to the next level.
That's true, but also if you look back in hindsight, especially like on A level and all of the other things, today nobody really cares about that.
That's true.
In our life.
Yeah, nobody wants to see any, like, except if you are applying for a job, but it's just like because everybody asks this paper. Like, well, if people applies in our company, we are not asking because like this is not important.
It's irrelevant. But it's also that you are even if I would apply with 11 years of working experience right now. I'm not sure if I would even send it with it, to be honest.
Because you have no idea how to apply, because you stayed 11 years with your company. They don't even had your application. Like, they ask you 10 years later if you can send please the first.
Yeah, so that was funny is when I changed back from France to Germany, the Germans said, well, can we like maybe at least get like some of your stuff on file so that we can complete the file, and so it's like. That is true, but it's like even if you would apply to a new company right now, they wouldn't check the school marks or the studies or whatever. And to be honest, whenever I got somebody that applied for a job when I was hiring, I read the CV, and that's about it. The motivation. So I read the letter they would write, but to be honest, nobody would write. Yeah, I find your company crappy, but I'm applying anyway. So
it was all really expected. What you can see.
Yeah, it's usually you get the expected thing. I just was looking if I can find something unexpected. So it was like a quick screen. And then I read the CV, and that was my preparation for any interview. I didn't read like what former bosses wrote or stuff like that. I mean, HR always like told me, it's like, you should read that, and how about this, and how about that, and I'm like, I don't care. It's like I think from the CV that person might be a good fit, or that person might not be a good fit, and here are my reasons for it, and now let's get them to an interview. And then we'll figure out. And this is why in our company we pay so less attention to the credentials of people, because we're hiring on value.
Yeah, and what the people want to achieve in life, in future, like where they want to, the person they want to become, not who they are. And this is what we get coached as well by our coach. That they are not interested in a person's what we are right now, but who we want to become. And I think this is a really good point and a good base to work with people together, because if you really want to change, you should get your chance. Like if you don't take it, we are we are really
Your
strict
problem.
and consequent with this as well. But if people want their chance, and we want to see if you take your chance or not. But for those who are taking this chance, they are really happy and they fit together because everything is aligned, especially the values. And if not, then they are just saying, not showing what they really want. And maybe they want this life, but they don't want to work or fight for that. And this is the same. Well, if we do our legacy skyscraper builder and we receive the answers for this, you see really fast who is really putting effort and passion into their own life and into their financial status and in their goals and dreams as well, and who's not, who really wants to work on that, or who is just working that because it's a step to the next opportunity.
Yeah, but as I basically what we're interested in is how people can overcome fear. Mm-hmm. That's what we're interested in, because look, we're living in a rapidly changing society, and it's only gonna get faster, because by definition, with all the technology and everything around us, it's like an exponential curve on change, because there are so many possibilities all the time opening, because new research, new this, new that, things are changing so fast that the only thing that is for sure is that one point, sooner rather than later, you will be scared of some of the changes, because it's normal human behavior. And then the important thing is, how do you react to that fear? Do you say we really have to stop that change, we shouldn't be doing that change? Or are you trying to find a way on how to incorporate the change and how to accelerate your life by overcoming the fear? And that's the other thing is, what we're realizing is that the better we become in overcoming this moment where we are feeling really, really scared and have big doubts on ourselves, on the company, on the decision we're making, if it's the right one, the better we become in overcoming them, the faster our life accelerates, the more opportunities seem to come our way. I think they were always there, we were just not able to see them as an opportunity, but rather than a threat because of the fear we had.
I have to think about the curve you're always telling. In the beginning, the growth of a company or success, everybody is telling you this is not linear, it's exponential. And it was in the beginning, we were always saying we are close to the curve, we are close to the curve, we are feeling it, we are close to the curve. And I could not hear it anymore. But when I think about it,
we are close to the curve.
we are in the curve already. But on the other thing is that if you think about your fear and how you handle your fear, how you handle your growth, your personal growth, it's exactly the same.
Yep.
In the beginning, you take forever. You make a decision what you are scared of. If you have any situation, any decision you have to make, and this decision scares you because you don't know the consequences, and you take forever. You have to always sleep 10 nights.
Pro and con list.
Pro and cons list. Whatever you're doing, it takes forever to make this, and oftentimes the opportunity is gone, but this is another point. So, but the more you train yourself making decisions fast, and this is one thing, and I think we already spoke about that, making fast decisions and how important that is. but at least in the next episode we are talking about this as well. Making the right decisions, you have to make fast decisions, and you have to train yourself with that. And the more you are learning this and training yourself, doing these decisions and implement and execute, like you said, the things what you are scared of, this is like this curve as well. Like this is, you're going this curve. And I think this is maybe the same. This is why fear is such a strong pillar in success.
Yeah, because
it's the same curve.
Yeah, it actually is the same curve, and I think fear is also it stops your momentum.
Yeah,
it stops you, like when you learn how to overcome fear and doubt, and like you are able to build this little victories, like when you want to stop smoking, and now you say, okay, I only smoke in the afternoon, so I don't smoke before lunch. So if you are able to do that and repeatedly do that, it builds up that momentum. Hey, I really can do this.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, I don't smoke before 3 p.m. And then you do that for a couple of while. It builds up the momentum, and you are losing this like self-doubt that you cannot change your life. And it's the same thing when you're when with financial rewards, when people say I cannot save money or something like that, or get up early. Like our coach said, then every day, like you put the clock 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah,
it's like, so if you now get up at 7, tomorrow you put the clock at 6:55, the day after at 6:50, or you do it by 15-minute increments and leave that for a week. We're not that type of person. We're usually then just
really extreme ones.
Say like, okay, we have to get up at 3, so let's just put the alarm at 3. And that sometimes is scary and hard. But the thing really is as soon as you start building up this momentum, small or big, doesn't matter. You have to build up that momentum, and we realize that also every day. Because we're now also having a week with our franchise partners where we're going through how the year was and how the planning for next year and everything. And it really, you can feel a shift, and you can feel the momentum, and everybody is newly energized. And you realize you should have done that earlier, sooner, more often, because it's like the momentum is that thing that really kills probably the doubt the best.
Yeah.
Because when you are busy, you have no time to doubt. And when you know you have successfully overcome fear, like in the last 10 times, and maybe you write a list down on to follow your exercise from the last time, what fear you had and how did you overcome it and how did it change your life. And maybe you write that down for 3, 5, 10, how many you want to do. Basically, I definitely would think 5 is a good way to look at it. And you write it down on a piece of paper. Whenever you realize that you have fear and doubt and you don't want to do this because of the fear and the doubt, you pull out that paper and remind yourself, I have done it, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, did it anyway.
I think this is this time from you the perfect last words. Because nothing to add. Like
okay,
nothing to add, and just give you the to encourage you really to think about, do this exercise.
Yeah,
and to encourage you in the next step to write down what is the things what you are scared right now to reach the next level. And don't say, okay, they are scaring me, I'm not doing this. They are scaring me how I can do this, and how I can change.
And what effect would it have if I overcame that fear?
That's true. With that, thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us, and talk to you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Do you want to get paid? Introducing Legacy Builders Global, where everybody gets paid. We don't create investors. We create legacy builders. Legacy Builders Global. Visit us at www.legacybuildersglobal.com.